It's Carl on the boat here for TierZero, and here we have Zeki Shah today. And what did you do and how did you finish?
Hey guys, so I played Runick White Forest, and yeah, I got top 8 at the YCS, unfortunately losing a very close game, and very nice game in top 8 feature. Before I get into profile, just quick context about the deck. I hate the format, and I like Runick cards, so I decided to play this. I had like a game plan against most of these decks, so that's why I ended up going for it, and I'll talk as I go through it. But yeah, let's get into the main deck. That's fairly standard 17 Runicks. I don't think there's anything really spicy. I did play also like a terraforming chicken game. I see everyone playing like the upstarts and stuff, but there was actually a fair amount of draws, and I did get a draw with a fair amount, so I'm glad I didn't play the upstarts and stuff. But a lot of the time what I did find basically in testing, especially when you're trying to break boards, is that they deny you the fountain. All you need is that fountain to resolve, and then you instantly basically won the game. So playing the terraform is the extra fountain, and also obviously the utility of chicken game being very good. Obviously drawing and then sending it away is like a huge amount of profit, so they never really ever get a draw. So yeah, that's like the Runick-ish package / non-engine. Cool. For the white words, I played 1, 3, 3, 3. So I was a big believer on the spell, but I basically decided to cut it. Only time I ever really wanted it is for make this into a 1-card Baguska against Shifter. But how I ended up playing the deck a lot of the times as well is, especially game 1, is I use these as baits before making a Hugin, and then if they shift to me, because I go stand by main phase, and then I like say normal this for example, and then they shift to me, I can just summon Fangs from the extra deck Jerry, and then just make a Baguska that way. So I end up just working game plan, and the logic is as well, anytime I've drawn this and basically anytime I draw on this with Runick cards, I've already won that game, like especially going first, so the spell doesn't really get me there anymore. And then yeah, by the time you can resolve the spell, you don't need the spell basically. And then for the non-engine, so it's 1 skill drain, 3 dark ruler, 3 droplets, and 2 talents. I was playing around with a lot of different engines, a lot of different non-engine. Raspberry mode was really close to being the main deck, but I decided against it. So I decided on these. So the strategy was, even though a lot of people concerned with Dark Ruler and cards like that is, oh, I need to Dark Ruler in, like destroy the board and like YuGiOh boards, floats, etc. So I was thinking of Excitement Knight as well, but once I realised that you can just Chaos Angel, banish Nightmare Pain, and then you have no searchable out. The only out is Imperm, and then you obviously have Destruction for it. And if you're playing Runick, so you eventually one by one you just take out all the interrupts, etc. As you saw in the top 8 match. Yeah, just Chaos Angel beat down basically, and you just basically clear the board, and then as soon as they do draw an Imperm, you're well ahead of advantage with like Runick cards and stuff like that. So I don't really think it's needed. And yeah, no, these were really phenomenal because they just work in such well combinations with your Runick cards. Because all you need to do is usually get rid of 1, 2, 2, 3 spells, and like this is costly, but a lot of times again you get value from it by like get rid of a Hugin when they target for an Imperm, or you get rid of a tip, whatever it is. So it's very good. I did enjoy it. And yeah, talents was fairly just generic. Going first, and then going second card. Skill drain, pretty good. Cool. I'll go for the next deck. Again, very standard. This is the only non-standard, but 3 white words, the 2 level 6s, the Chaos Angel, Zappa, Chengying. Yeah, this is your goated card. Oh, because of Fiendsmith, every deck doesn't have space in their basically extra deck. to play things like, and even just the light one of this, unaffected 35, people don't play access code, they just have no way to out it, so you can just Chaos Angel and wait, basically. And then the 3 Hugins and the Jerry. One thing that I was thinking about is like the FA Launch Dragster, Moonin stuff, but generally you don't need it, like, unless they specifically draw like evenly Cosmic. That's the only time you really need it. If they draw that, they're just better than me, so I'll take it. Biguska mainly was for shifter decks. It got sided out every time I wasn't against the shifter deck for in the side deck. To be honest, I don't actually think this is necessary at all. If Tempai hits you with shifter, you can just like a flashing fire will stop them from killing you. Especially now without the field spell. Yeah, the threat of like shifter getting OTK'd is very, very difficult. Like a freezing could probably stop you from dying. Summoning Jerry stops you from dying. So probably wouldn't play this again. I don't know what I'd cut for, because I don't want to cut anything else. But yeah, I probably wouldn't play this again, to be honest. Yeah, and for the side deck, the 2 Floodgates. These are like go first cards. You can, like, if you resolve the Floodgates against the deck they're meant for, you can just play Runics and you'll win. It's like as soon as you draw this, you become a Runic stun deck, and I'm fine with that, I guess. I'm content with that. So yeah, this is what you side out every single time. If they're not a shifter deck, Bigusta comes out for this, because this also works with Dark Ruler as well. So Dark Ruler / droplets, summon this, just draw all the cards. So you actually have like a board wipe as well. I think maybe Exciton Knight could probably replace Bigusta as well for a similar purpose. 3 Dogwoods, apart from the obvious reason of it being a tuner water. It's also really good against Gimmick Puppet FTKs, and a lot of these FTK decks, like Ritual Beast as well, they have a hard time killing you turn 3. So if you dog with them, they can go all out and go Protoss and call lights on you, which is obviously very impactful. But if you do this, you have a few turns, you have your fountains, and you can just like game. But mainly, yeah, they're really useful against gimmicks and branded. Like any of these decks, it ends up becoming more hand traps. Yeah, cards were going first. So usually the strategy was, because the droplets and talents are good going first, so it's 3 ashes instead of 3 rulers, and then 1 droplet for the appropriate floodgate of the deck. If not, and then I just keep 3 droplets in. And then obviously a big thing with Runick is you don't want to overside, so yeah, you end up having side deck that isn't side deck. So Morchami being like the best one, because it forces them to play awkwardly, and it also gives you a plus. So yeah, so it's like super valuable. Every time you draw it, it's like such a feel good moment. And if they play awkwardly and only give you 0 draws, that's fine with me again. And I've played like a floodgate hand trap almost. So yeah, that's the deck. Bit of context for the top 8. I should have skipped game 2, but I didn't realise the time rules were that much differently, and I lost the die roll twice, so my opponent was better than me. But no, it was a quality game, so shout out to him. Shout out to TierZero, obviously. Look at my definitely play mat right here. Yeah, shout out to everyone, all the boys that tested. Shout out to, which A&E was it?
Peter Brainey.
Peter Brainey for saving Carl on time. I wasn't even planning to come to the YCS if the boys didn't come with me. They were slightly injured, so if they wasn't coming, I wasn't going to come, and I wouldn't have this result. And shout out to Konami actually for improving the pricing, so hopefully it continues to the Steam Deck. Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Cheers, guys.